Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Soto, back once again with the Autumn Windbags with another edition of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Before we start, I'm going to start this like I start every single one. Let's get it out of the way. Make sure everybody, the hell? There we go. Like, comment, and subscribe. Down there in the corner, you're going to see a notification button. Go ahead and click that. That way you get notified whenever we drop a new video, when we go live, when we're scheduled to go live. You get to hear it, see it ahead of time, and make sure you're on there when we go live or when we drop a video. So now that that's out of the way, what a great victory. The more that I watch tape on this game, the more I appreciate what we were able to do. But there's also things we need to clean up. That's why there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. So without further ado, let's get it going. All right. You know the sound. You know what that means. The good, the bad, and the ugly time. First off, the game ended great. Great fourth quarter for us. Not always been the case for us this season. It's good to see that we were able to crank down defensively and we're able to kind of impose our will offensively and really kind of finish the game strong in all facets. So it's a great work. The bad guys 38, the Texans 20. Almost doubled up on them, so great job, great work there. So we're going to start with the good, like we always do. So here we go with the good. Josh Jacobs. Holy cow. This is the third game in a row where he's just absolutely crushed it. He's not getting a ton of carries. He only had 20 carries this game. He's been averaging maybe about 23, 24 around there. But, man, is he making the most out of his carries. Josh Jacobs, have yourself another damn day. 20 carries, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 catches for 12 yards. Great. But, man, in the first half, he had 10 carries for about 42 yards, something like that. Not great. He ended up getting 110 yards a carry in the second half. That's the kind of stuff we need to look for here. Keep pushing it. Stay on our game plan. Josh Jacobs is a beast. Keep pushing these guys, and the opposing defenses will get tired, and that's when you hit those runs. So great job, Josh Jacobs. Can't say it enough. He's third in the league now in rushing. It's great work by Josh Jacobs. Great work by our offensive line. We're going to get to that in a second. Our quarterback. This is what I've been talking about. When I talk to RJ, it's almost like he gets defensive when I want to kind of stifle how many times we throw the ball. We see it around the league. Go ahead and name me a quarterback that can just throw the ball all around the field. Don't worry about a running game. Just kind of wing it all over the field, and you're going to win consistently. I'll give you the answer, especially this season. There's 2. There's Josh Allen, and there's Patrick Mahomes. That's it. Everyone else who's being successful is working behind a running game. Now, to different degrees, it has been, let's say, like in the past, we've had like a Joe Burrow who had Joe Mixon, but he wasn't really getting that many carries. He was getting more goal line type stuff. But then you have like the Chargers and like the Rams. Like, the Rams aren't doing great. Look what happened in Tampa with no running game. They're not doing good. Look what's going on, the mess in Green Bay. They're not doing good with no running game. So these teams who have been typically good teams who aren't doing well, it's because they don't have a running game. And it's very, very seldom can you have that quarterback that's going to be able to put the offense or the whole team on their back week in and week out and have them be successful. So 21 out of 27, 241 yards for a touchdown with 0 turnovers. That's what I'm talking about. RJ was so upset with this whole, like, oh, you got to throw the ball 35, 40 times a game. Look at all these targets you have. No, you don't. You need to have a game plan, follow the game plan, and take what the defense gives you. And sometimes the defense is going to give you shots down the field. So there's these big misnomers out there. People think game manager is a bad thing. No, game manager is not a bad thing, because you're going to be called on to manage a game. And guess what? If you're in 3rd and long in the second half and you're down and your quarterback needs to make a play, guess what? You're managing to make that play, right? So it's not a bad thing, right? Taking what the defense gives you, that's not a bad thing either, because guess what? Sometimes the defense is going to give you some shots down the field and take them when they're there. That Mack Hollins touchdown pass, that was like a 26-yard pass. He was covered, but guess what? He put the ball where it needed to be, and it's a good situation for him. Nice work. Against the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, the shot to take was the shot down the field, because that's what the defense was giving you. Take what the defense gives you. But when it's there, you got to execute. All right, great job by our quarterback. Davante Adams, he's going to get his. 8 catches, 95 yards. That's going to be him. 8 to 10, 11, 12 catches around there. 80, 85, 90 to 110, 120 yards around there. Maybe he took a couple touchdowns, maybe 1 or 2 or 0, whatever. Doesn't matter. He did a great job today or in the game. 8 catches, 95 yards, Davante Adams. This next guy, popping, but they mattered. Hunter Renfrow coming back with the bum hip from the concussion. 3 catches, 55 yards, converting some 3rd downs, making some nice catches. There was a catch where he took it right off, plucked it right off the ground before it hit the ground. And if we can get him to be that guy, a couple catches here, a couple catches there, move the sticks when we need to, that's going to be a great addition to us that we really haven't had this year. Big Mack 1-0, Mack 10, Mack Hollins. 2 catches for 44 yards, but one of them was a long touchdown. And more so, blocking down the field. I think Mack played like every single freaking snap in the game. He was there on every single snap. He played, I think, one more snap than Derek Carr did, because Derek Carr missed a play. But Mack was in there. He was blocking. Davante Adams was blocking. Davante Adams said it before. This is how he was raised. No block, no rock. If you don't block, you don't get the ball. And a lot of these longer runs that Jacobs had, especially in the second half, were because he did a good job at the line of scrimmage, making people miss running through contact. But down the field, the wide receivers doing a great job blocking the DB. So great work there by the wide receivers downfield blocking. On the defensive side, Deablo was our Iron Man, played almost every snap defensively, 11 tackles, 6 solo, 1 tackle for loss. Great work. Johnathan Abram, 8 tackles, 6 for solo. Perryman only had 6 tackles. He played maybe 37 around there, 40 snaps. He didn't play too many snaps. Him and Martinez, they were in a play together once or twice, but it was kind of him, Perryman and Martinez going back and forth. Perryman had 6 tackles, 5 solo, and 2 big tackles for loss. So great job filling those holes and filling those gaps. What can you say about Duron Harmon? Like, not only did he have 6 tackles in the secondary, 5 solo, but he had a big pick six, 73-yard pick in the 4th quarter to ice the game. This is what we need. When the play is there to be made, go out there and make it. And Duron Harmon showed that he can still make plays. Once he caught the ball going the other way, because it wasn't like he was, running with the receiver and he made the interception. He saw the play in front of him. He attacked the play, got the ball going the other way. Everyone else was running this way. Everyone else was out in the route. I said, wow. Once he caught it, I told myself, man, Duron Harmon might go all the way with this one, because I know Davis Mills ain't catching him, and for damn sure none of the linemen are going to catch him. And they did it. 73-yard touchdown return. So after not having a defensive touchdown for I don't know how long, we had 2 in a few games here. So great job there. Give a big ups to our offensive line, dude. There's a video out there of on Twitter. I don't know if you guys check it out. It's on the Raiders Instagram, where Josh Jacobs walks up to the offensive line at the end of the game and says, man, you guys make me look good. All you guys did, or just let me know when. And that's what you want to do. You want to keep your linemen happy and well fed. And the Raiders Josh Jacobs ran for 7.2 yards per carry. That's freaking amazing. That's amazing. That is a stomping. We knew that the Texans had a rough run defense. They were giving up about a little over 5 yards a carry. 7.2 yards a carry. That's some big boy shit right there. We put our big boy pants on and we said we're gonna be people movers today. We're gonna move some people, and that's what our offensive line did. It doesn't stop there. Our offensive line sneakily has become one of the better pass blocking offensive lines the last few weeks. Listen to this. In the last 3 games, okay, so Denver, KC, Houston, our quarterback has had over 3 seconds, 3.08 average, on average, 3.08 seconds to throw the ball. That is 3rd best in the NFL, okay? So anyone out there wants to tell you that our offensive line is not blocking and our quarterback doesn't have time to throw, that is absolute false. He has over 3 seconds on average to throw every single time he goes back there. That's amazing. That's an amazing job by our offensive line. We only gave up 1 sack this last game, which is great. When you play behind the run game, you can play behind play action. You freeze the guys, and you give yourself a little bit of a kind of time to maneuver. You freeze the safeties. You freeze the linebackers. When the play action, maybe you get a defensive lineman that wants to tackle the running back on play action instead of, trying to beat his man in front of him to go for the quarterback. It's that little split second. That's all we need, and that's all we've been needing. So great work by the offensive line. Last of the good. There's a lot today when you win. There's a lot of good. The last of the good, 3 trips into the red zone, 3 touchdowns, amazing work. I'm getting all animated. I'm getting all fuzzy here. My apologies. 3 for 3 in the red zone. That's what we're looking for. Great job by our offense. Great job by our offensive line. Great job by our running back getting the ball into the end zone. Great work all around. All right. Now that we've had the good, here's the bad. Our bad was our first half penalties. We did an excellent job in the second half cleaning that up. And that's why we were able to sustain drives and run the ball. Unfortunately, in the first half, we had some penalties offensively that really bogged us down, and we weren't able to overcome that because we've been a little bit more run heavy. When the defenses know that we're going to throw, we're in a throwing situation, it's a lot easier to defend us. So that's why we only scored 10 points in the first half. We were bogged down a little bit. We had some penalties that killed some drives. And also, one more thing coming up, actually, on the ugly, was the reason why we didn't get a lot of opportunity in the first half. I think we only got like 4 or 5 drives, something like that. So we need to make sure that we stay penalty free, because if we do that, then we're able to stay ahead of the sticks, keep using our running game, and keep ourselves in manageable situations. All right. We've had the good. We've had the bad. I don't want there to be an ugly, but unfortunately, there is. The ugly. Let me frame this for you, okay? Heading into week 7, okay? The Houston Texans had a 3rd down conversion rate of 29%. So roughly 3 out of every 10 third downs they convert into first downs, right? That's 31st in the NFL. That's almost dead last in the NFL. I think first was like 50, over 59%, like 59-ish around there, almost 60%. But Houston Texans only had 29% conversion rate on third downs entering into the game against the Raiders. In the game against the Raiders, that same Houston Texans team was 9 for 15 on third down. That's double what they normally do. That's 60% for you math majors out there. Not a great look for us. Something we do need to clean up. And, I mean, lack of talent just is not going to cut it anymore. We need to do better. We need to be better. When you're allowing a team to be twice as good as they normally are, and it's not like Houston's only played 1 or 2 games. Like, they played 6 games leading into – so, I mean, it's a good barometer of how they are on third down. And for them to be 29% leading into the game and then are double that against us, it just can't happen. We're not – luckily for us, we were able to stop them more in the second half. And they only scored 10 points in the second half. But heading into that fourth quarter, we were down. We were down 20-17. And it took that fourth quarter for us to come back and win the game. But that was a rough 3 quarters, man. That we were neck and neck with them until we pulled away. And the big reason for that is our third down stops were not there, man. So they converted 9 out of 15, which is 60%, double what they normally do. And that's the ugly. How do we fix this? We need to disguise our looks a little bit better. We need to be better tacklers. We need to identify plays quicker. We need to identify tendencies a little bit more during film study. And we should go out there and make plays, man. Players make plays. Coaches design it and they put you in positions to succeed. But ultimately, players make plays. That's why I really like how our offense is going right now, because we're keeping it simple and basic. Run the ball, play action, misdirection, stuff like that. And then you allow your playmakers to make the plays once they have the ball in their hands. You don't have to force plays to be made. You let them happen naturally. Defensively, we got to identify tendencies and we got to make more plays. And hopefully coming up against the Saints, we do that because they have a couple of playmakers on their team. They've been struggling lately, but they do have some offensive weapons. Hopefully we go out there and make things happen. Check out, we're going to drop our midweek show tomorrow. We're going to talk about a little bit about what happened this last week against the Texans, and also look forward to what's going on and what we need to do against the Saints. But until then, guys, this has been the good, the bad, and the ugly with your boy Soto and the Autumn Windbags. Make sure we're going to end it with like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas, tell everybody, tell your mama's neighbors. Hit that subscribe button down in the corner so you get notified every time that we drop a new video or we go live, and you can go ahead and interact with us, guys. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. We're going to go on this win streak and make it happen, guys. Signing off, it's your boy Soto. Peace.
Congratulations for making it all the way to the end of our video. If you want Darren Waller to catch 20 touchdown passes next season and for Max Crosby to have 30 sacks, go ahead and subscribe and click the next video.